Hello, you're welcome to another session in our English tutorials. We've been learning a whole lot in English language, and we're going to be learning more. Okay, so for this class, we're going to be learning about idioms, idiomatic expressions. Idioms are different from proverbs, so we'll be knowing idioms. We're learning different idioms, what they mean and how they are used in sentences. Okay, so this is going to be the first video. We're going to be having a second one because you can't exhaust everything in just one class. You're going to have to join us for the next class where we'll conclude on idioms. So let's get right to it. What are idioms? What are idiomatic expressions? Idioms are a type of figurative language, which means they are not always meant to be taken literally on the surface or denotatively or taken as their dictionary meaning. Idioms express a particular sentiment but do not literally mean what the individual words themselves mean. Okay, so you can see that if you are using an idiom, in an idiom you can have the word ball and it doesn't mean ball in the sense of ball. You can have the word bake and it doesn't mean bake in the sense of baking of cake. Okay, so that is what it means in idioms. Words coming together, they all have different meanings: a sentimental meaning, a conventional meaning, aside from their literary and dictionary meaning. So let's get right to it. The first example of idiom we have here is the grass is always greener on the other side. That is an idiom. It means that people think other persons or someone in a different situation has it better or easier than they do. Example we have, people leave this country because the grass is always greener on the other side. Yes, the grass is always greener on the other side. Yes, grass is green, some are brown, but people believe that grass on the other side is greener. That is the idiom. It means that people believe that other people are having it easier than they are right now. The next idiom is back against the wall. This means to be in a difficult situation from where escape is difficult. Getting out of it is really difficult. So that is what it means to have your back against the wall. So the example we have is with banks baying for his blood over default in payments, he has his back against the wall. He cannot escape from it because the banks are looking for how to get him to pay back the loans he took. Okay, so it means you are in a tight fix. You cannot leave, you cannot escape. That's what it means to have your back against the wall. The next one we have is beauty is in the eye of the beholder. This is very popular, but what does it really mean? A lot of people have, twisted the meaning of this idiom. So what it means is what looks beautiful to one person may not look beautiful to another. It's just like one man's meat, another man's poison, or Sunday or Wendy. Okay, but the example we have is, I wonder why he married that lady. Well, as they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So the speaker is saying, I don't know what that man sees in that girl. She's not probably as beautiful or nice, but all the same, he sees what he sees, and whatever he sees in her is beautiful enough for him to marry her. So it means that what looks beautiful to one person does not look beautiful to another person. The next one we have is don't count your chickens before they hatch. It means do not count on something before it has come to be. A lot of people just make plans on things they've not seen. Like some people make plans like, when I'm done with school, my uncle will give me a job. And when you come out, your uncle does not give you the job. So what happens? So do not count your chickens before they hatch. That's what it means. So the example is, wait till you get the job first. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Some people go out borrowing money and saying, my uncle is going to get me a job, I will pay you back. But get the job first before you do anything. Don't count your chicken before they hatch. Next idiom is no crying over spilt milk. It means do not be upset about something that cannot be changed, or do not be upset about something that is really just a small matter. Okay, some people get to complain and cry and nag and worry about something that has already happened, but get it right. Don't cry over spilled milk. It means you cannot change it. This has happened. Let us say probably you lost the job opportunity because you did not pick your call and you keep lamenting about it. Someone will just come up to you and say, don't cry over spilled milk. It means do not lament over what you cannot change. You've lost this, you've lost this. Move on with life. The example we have is you have to move on with life. Stop crying over spilled milk. The next idiom is curiosity killed the cat. It means being too curious or inquisitive can be dangerous. You know, sometimes when you're not supposed to check some things or see some things or know some things, but out of curiosity you go the extra length to find out some things. Like for instance, what people do nowadays, going through your partner's phones. Curiosity kills the cat. So you go through the phone and you see what you're not supposed to see. So just calm down and do not stress yourself over what's not supposed to be. Alright, so we also have the next one is it's raining cats and dogs. This means it's raining heavily. Literally, you cannot say that you're looking out in the sky and you're seeing dogs and cats falling down. No. It just means that it's a very, very heavy rain that you can't even dare to step out or drive out. It means it is raining cats and dogs. It rained cats and dogs last night, trying to tell you that it was very heavy. The rain was very, very heavy. The next one is bite off more than you can chew. It means to try to do something that is too difficult for you. Trying to do something that's too difficult for you. The example we have here is he has taken more responsibilities as he couldn't say no to his boss. I think he has bitten more than he can chew and he will struggle to handle them. That is what it means. Taking more than you can handle, taking one you can cope more than you can cope with, that is biting off more than you can chew. You know, on the literary meaning, biting off something and your mouth is too full, you can't chew it. Yes, so that's what it means. Okay. Next one is head over heels. It means you are if you are head over heels, it means that you are completely, totally, blindly in love. That's what it means. So example we have is Max fell head over heels in love with her colleague and wants to marry her. Max fell head over heels in love with her colleague and wants to marry her. So head over heels, that means you're insanely, totally in love. That's what it means to be a love puppy. The next one is upset someone's apple cart. This means you are upset. If you upset someone's apple cart, you do something that causes a plan to go wrong. You do something that causes a plan to go wrong. Example is the increase in custom duty by the government has upset the apple cart of those car companies who were importing most of their car parts. So the government policy and the increase in custom duty has spoiled the plans of the car dealers. So you have upset the apple cart of those car dealers. That's what it means. Moving on, keep someone at arm's length. Keep someone at arm's length. Okay, literally, keep someone at arm's length. You're making a person, keeping a long distance between person, not letting person come so close. So that's what it means. If you keep someone at arm's length, you avoid becoming friendly with that person. You're not letting person come so close. I'll just see you, hi, okay, good morning, good afternoon, nothing more than that. So the example we have is I have more productive time in the day because I have developed this good habit of keeping video games at arm's length. Okay, so the person is trying to save his or her time and he's keeping video games far away from him and not letting it come too close so that he doesn't waste his time. The next idiom we are looking at today is up in arms. It means angry about something. The example we have is media has traditionally been up in arms with the government of the day. It means that the media is always angry with someone or with something or about something. That's what up in arms mean. Okay, so moving on, we have drive a hard bargain. It means if you drive a hard bargain, it means you argue hard to get a favorable deal. You know, like when you go to the market and you see a shoe and they tell you the shoe is for 15,000, like, you know, they sell 10, or won't you sell for 5? All of that. So what you're literally doing is that you're driving a hard bargain. Pricing, you can just say I'm driving a hard bargain here, or I'm trying to get a good deal. The author tried to drive a hard bargain with the publisher on signing amount, you know, trying to get a good deal, favorable deal for yourself. We also have backing up the wrong tree. This means you ask the wrong person or follow the wrong course. You're doing the wrong thing at the wrong time. The example we have is you'd be backing up the wrong tree if you listen to her bad advice. You'll be backing up the wrong tree if you listen to her bad advice. So backing up the wrong tree means you're doing the wrong thing, or you're following the wrong person, or you're asking the wrong person. You're just basically doing the wrong thing or having the wrong assumption. That was what it means to say backing up the wrong tree. And mind you, it is not the back with the B-A-C, it's the back with the B-A-R. Okay, tree back, backing up the wrong tree. The final one for our class for this session is scrape the barrel. This means when you are scraping the barrel, you are using or doing something you do not want to do, but you have no option at all. Okay, scraping the barrel means you're doing something that you don't like it. I don't want to do it, but I've got no choice. Okay, some people are scraping up the barrel doing jobs they don't want to do. Some are scraping up the barrel, probably sitting at home and not doing anything because they cannot go anywhere else. The example we have is, I was scraping the barrel when I had to stay for 6 months with my parents after I lost my job. So it's obvious that the speaker never wanted to stay home with his or her parents, but he had to do that because he lost his job and had nowhere else to go. So with that, we wrap up this session of our tutorials for today, where we've been talking about idioms, learning the different idioms we have, their meanings and how they're used in sentences. So join us for our next class and we'll be talking more about idioms. Don't miss it.